all the books I hope to read in August. Check. There were some books in the month of July that I did not get a chance to get to, unfortunately. So I'm going to be prioritizing like those books first. One of the books that I did not get a chance to get to in July was 1Q84. I am still bent on reading this book. It's just a big book. I didn't get a chance to start it. I was reading I ended up getting distracted. I read like a bunch of other things, so I'm definitely hoping to get to this one. The other series that I did not get a chance to get to, as I was hoping to binge it in the month of July, is the Bear and the Nightingale series. So this is also going to be what I'm going to be hitting up first. And, you know, I'm hoping to get to this because I've been dying to get to this series. I know so many people love this series. Once again, I'm not sure how many books I will be able to get through, but I am hoping to get to as many as possible. I really hope to get to The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. And I've heard nothing but amazing, amazing things about this book. And it just sounds so amazing. And a lot of people have read this and reviewed it, have loved it. So I'm so excited for this one. Basically, this is about a Puritan kind of society where this girl who her mother, I guess, slept with an outsider, and her skin is now darker than a lot of the other people in her same kind of caste, and so she's kind of looked down upon, and she ends up getting powers, and it's just I heard it's such a wonderful ride. So I'm really excited for this. I've also decided to throw in some contemporaries in there, some hard-hitting contemporaries. I really hope to finally get to the Falling in Love montage. This is an LGBTQIA YA contemporary rom-com about two girls, one of them who doesn't have any desire to fall in love because she has Alzheimer's in her family and is worried that she'll fall in love with somebody just to forget them, and then she also meets this girl who is, you know, kind of wanting to fall in love and wanting to have a relationship, kind of want to see where it goes. So I'm really excited for this one. Also, another one that I really want to read is Freshwater by Akawanzi Amenzi. And this is another book by our character Ada, who is an infant in southern Nigeria, and she is actually born with one foot in either place between here and the afterlife. But I believe it has something to do a little bit with multiple personalities also. And I'm not really sure, but I've heard amazing things about this. This is another one that I really have been wanting to get to. Another book that I really want to get to is by Catherine Glasgow, and it's How to Make Friends with the Dark, and I believe this has to do a lot with grieving and dying and everything. And I know it's one of those books that's really hard to read, but it's one of the ones that I really just wanted to get to, and I've been wanting to get to it for quite a while, so I'm hoping to also dig into that. Another book that I'm really hoping to get to is A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor by Hank Green. This is the sequel to An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green, which these books are kind of a adult science fiction contemporary books. So April May is walking home one night, and this happens in the first book. This has nothing to do with this book because I don't want to spoilers or anything, especially because I haven't read this book. But April May is walking home one night about 3 o'clock in the morning in New York, and she looks over at the park and she sees one of this giant kind of samurai statue, and she's not really sure where it came from or why or anything. And so she calls her friend, and she ends up nicknaming these things the Carls, and they have randomly popped up all over the world. And so it becomes this kind of phenomenon with, you know, people and alien life and kind of exploring all of that. And so I got really I loved it though, because it really was an exploration also of internet fame and fame in general. And this was another one that I just got so excited about because I just think it's going to be just so brilliant and wonderful. This was only meant to be a duology, so I'm so excited. So those are the main books that I hope to get to in the month of August. It's once again a very ambitious TBR, so I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get through. I hope I'll be able to get through the majority of it. I try to make sure that I set pretty good high goals for myself. It keeps me motivated usually. I know this past July, I, especially towards the end of the month, I got a little bit slumpy, so I didn't end up reading as much as I had hoped I would, which is probably one of the reasons why I didn't get to 1Q84 and the Bear and the Nightingale trilogy. So I'm really hoping to get to those first thing. I don't know if I'm going to pick up the Bear and the Nightingale first or 1Q84 and kind of read that in between all my other books, but really excited, and I hope I enjoy all of them. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, hit the like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon if you guys want to receive emails every single time I post. I'm also on Instagram, Amazon, Twitter, and Goodreads, and those links are linked in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys again very soon.